Hey, how's it going? Cesar Rodriguez here, and I have a fun message for you today. And I want to share with you a story that's going to absolutely help to light a fire under you so that you go out there and you become the top producer and top earner that you were born to be. Now, the story kind of takes back a couple years ago where I was actually mentoring underneath a gentleman who is one of the best all-time salespeople I'd ever met in my entire life. I mean, this guy was so good. If you believed one thing and he wanted you to believe another, he could completely separate you from that belief if he had enough time with you, because the guy was relentless. He was a master at persuasion and sales. And I mean, every award that you could possibly imagine, this guy had accomplished it. You know, I mean, every plaque on the wall, trophies galore, this guy was the real deal. And you know, what was really amazing, his name was Mr. Waller, and what was really amazing was he was the most focused person on the end game. I mean, if the end game was signing someone up or selling, then all that mattered was getting that deal. All right, and I mean, that was the mantra, that was the culture of this whole organization, and his whole entire team culture is all about getting deals, closing, getting the end result. You know, and I'll never forget, you know, I was this person who was extremely personal developed. I was, you know, going to tons of seminars, especially during that time. I was going to every Tony Robbins seminar, you know, that came out. I was going to it. I was going to seminars all over the place for, you know, all different speakers and trainers, stuff with my own company as well. And I'll never forget, you know, I'd go into work and I'd have like my earbuds on. I'd be listening to audio books and reading books during the breaks, just like everything I could to master my craft. And I was writing business and I was doing good, but good is never good enough, right? Like, good is the enemy of great. And this guy wanted me to be a superstar on a level like him. So he was always pushing me, always challenging me, always telling me to dig in, go harder, don't give up as easily. And what was interesting is one day he looked at me and he just said, "Hey, Cesar, you know what this means?" And I said, "Well, what, like a sideways peace sign? What are you, you know, chucking the deuce over here, telling me to peace out?" He said, "No, you know what this is? It's an equal sign." And he said, "Cesar, if you're going to be doing all this personal development, if you're going to be going to all these seminars, if you're going to be reading all these books, if you're going to be all talking about the law of attraction and all this stuff, right?" He's like, "Guess what? All that stuff, it's got to amount to something. It's got to equal something." He said, "It's got to equal the deals." He said, "It's got to end in transactions closed." He's like, "If you're going to be doing all of this stuff on this end, then you better have the results that go with it." And I mean, isn't that like a phenomenal but simple concept? I mean, if you're going to put in all of the work, you better get the results from it. And I'm going to tell you right now, you might be thinking, "Well, Cesar, that's not fair because, you know, I'm working really hard, but I'm not getting results." But it's a journey. It's a process. I understand. But a lot of people aren't really working that hard. A lot of people are giving a lot of excuses. They're reading everything possible, buying everything possible, going to every seminar in the world, and then getting home and doing nothing with it. Right? You think you're doing something with it, but are you really working? Are you really putting in the work? Are you really being relentless? What's your activity really look like? How many people are you talking to a day? How many no's are you taking? All right, here's the deal. He taught me this and it shattered everything. He just said, "Hey, it's got to equal something." And every time he looked at me, he'd just be walking by and he'd be like, "What's up, Rodriguez? What's up?" And he'd just give me the equals. He's like, "What's it going to equal? If you're going to be in the deal with personal development and growth and you're going to be doing all this positive stuff, you better get the deals to go with it, right? It better match." And just when he said that, what it made me do, right, is he challenged me. He challenged me to say, "Hey, get the results to match the mindset, right? Better equal something." And to me, I immediately did is I thought it would be disrespectful of me to not get the results. It would be disrespectful for me to not dominate the leaderboards. Because what am I saying about all of my mentors that I'm learning from? I mean, Tony Robbins would be thinking, "Hey, Cesar, could you tone it down and stop telling people you're doing all my seminars because, you know, you're like all the way at the bottom of the leaderboard. You're not getting any results. You're not making any money. Could you ease up on like telling everyone like I'm like one of your favorite people?" I imagine Jim Rohn rolling around in his grave going, "Cesar, oh man, you're killing me over here. You're telling everyone how great I am and how my books are awesome and how my stuff has changed. It has changed your life and your mindset's so great. Yet you're not at the top of the leaderboards." I mean, come on, Cesar. I mean, for me, for crying out loud, get some results so that when you say that, "Hey, these are the books to read, these are the people to follow," people actually look at your results and they go, "I want his results. Okay, I'm going to do what he does." So represent your leaders, represent your mentors. If you ever get off a coaching call with someone that is decided to invest or sow into you, you better make it your obligation to go out there and get a result. That day, that next day, you better work your ass off and bring home some results to match it. It's got to equal something, baby. So go out there with that type of mindset and say, "Hey, at the end of the day, If I'm going to watch Cesar Rodriguez's videos, I better go out there and hustle just as hard so I can get some results and I can tell everyone, hey, I watch Cesar Rodriguez's videos. I watch this guy's, courses. I'm going to this person's seminars. And you want to know something? I'm this changed person, and look at the results. All right. So hope that makes sense. Hope that fired you up and challenged you just a little bit, because it challenged me to go out there and to make sure that I had a results focus, no excuses, no matter what type of mindset. And that's what I wish for you, because that's what's going to get you all of your dreams. All right. So with that being said, I'm Cesar Rodriguez. Appreciate your time. Be sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube, or if not, make sure you get to my blog ASAP, CesarLRodriguez.com. Go there, subscribe right now. Get my 7-day heavy hitter boot camp training series. It's a training series that is epic. Every day you're gonna get a brand new video on prospecting, closing, lead generation, recruiting, and team building. All right. It's bad to the bone. You'll love it. We've graduated thousands of people for it, and it's currently free on my blog. With that being said, I'm Cesar Rodriguez, and I'll see you over the top.